Okay, so the next video that we wanted to react to was starting from scratch from Andrew Tate and Samuel Leeds. That's our series of cloud poaching.
Yeah.
So we'll try to cloud poach now from Samuel. And I guess this video is on starting from scratch in business and advice from Samuel and Andrew.
And who's Samuel Leeds again?
Samuel Leeds is a British property investor. He's doing a YouTube show. He has a few YouTube shows where he starts from scratch and makes some money in real estate, where he teaches like people who are working like medium class jobs, like average jobs, and teaching them like personally how to, like mentoring them how to make millions in real estate. And he kind of documents that, and he has his courses and stuff. So I think his long format videos are pretty impressive. He even had a video where he moved to America for like 2 months or a month, and he was like, I'm gonna prove that you can come to America with nothing and you can make like some money, some passive income with like real estate. So that's the kind of guy.
And he lives in the UK and works in the UK.
He's a UK investor.
Got it.
Property.
Let's go.
What do you do? Starting from scratch, you're in London, you got nothing, you got no contacts, you're not in your war room, and you need to make £10,000.
I know I'm that guy that no matter what happens to me, I'll make it into a positive.
Yeah.
You talk about being dumped in the middle of London in your underwear and pulling it off. I'm the same. You can dump me in the desert by myself, expecting me to dehydrate, and you'll end up seeing me on the high street in a Lambo next month and be like, how the fuck did he? Yeah. I'm that guy. I'm just that guy.
Yeah.
So when they tried to attack me with everything, I kind of felt excited. I was like,
interesting.
The game's getting fun again.
Yeah. If me and you had a challenge, let me ask you a question. If we had to make £10,000 from scratch drops in London, who's going to make the 10 grand first?
That's a good question.
I'm saying me.
Yeah, well, you've done it a few times. I've never done it before. However, you'd have to start with selling something.
Yeah.
You'd have to start with becoming the middleman of something, and you have to start by taking a commission. That's the first thing you can do.
I think that's a pretty good advice. Being a middleman, taking a commission. I think in general, if you want to make money, the best way to go is to insert yourself into a big river, I'd say. And that river is going to take you places, because like if you're trying to come up with a new idea, a new business, something of that sort, it's very hard first, and it's probably not worth it. But if you insert yourself into already moving money flow, so like if you can be like just a middleman, but if you can earn like 1 to 5% of a transaction of some sort, and let's say if it's a huge industry, like I don't know, cars, like how many cars are sold every day in America? Like probably billions of dollars worth of cars sold every day. And if you can earn a small fee of every transaction, you can get super rich.
And I think like especially initially, right? You can't start something new from scratch. At that situation, you still need to make some capital that you can later on invest or at least feel more comfortable. Because if you wanna, and again, you can probably start something new if you want to by gaining investors, but it isn't gonna be incredibly hard.
Yeah, and by inserting yourself into this flow of money, you're probably gonna get connections, network. You're gonna know where the clients are, what they want, and like I think that's the best way to start.
London dropped in the middle of zero and doing it physically, I'm not sure. I think no matter where I was dropped, I would turn to the internet, no matter what.
Okay.
I think that because the internet's just a global marketplace, it's just so much better. I'd find somebody with, okay, so let's say I had nothing, right? I'd find somebody with star power, like you, for example. I'd come along, I'd drop you an email and say, listen, I want to put something together. I believe I can help you sell more. I am hoping if I show you I can sell more, you'll give me X amount of commission, X amount percent. I understand you have star power, you have something I don't have. You can talk in front of a camera, you can attract people, you can entertain people. what are you currently selling? You're selling this. Okay, if I bring X amount of thousand people, will I be able to get this percent? That's what I would do. I think that if I didn't have the ability to sit on a camera and entertain, I would find somebody who does, and I would be the blood and guts beneath the show business.
Interesting.
And that's the easiest way to get rich in the world today.
So you'd find someone that's got an existing product or service.
Correct.
And then you would help them sell it and promote it.
Absolutely and utterly. That's the easiest way to get rich today, especially because commission only, nobody's afraid of saying yes to. Nobody's afraid of being saying yes to. So let me see if I have my business card with me. If I don't have it, I'm going to be upset. But let me give you an example of my business card because it shows it perfectly. So I do. Here we go. So here's my business card. We'll have to show the camera. Keep this, bros, for you. But my business card, Tate Enterprises Unlimited, kickboxing world champion, master commander of the war room.
Yeah.
Also says on the back,
Master commander of the
my
world.
unmatched perspicacity coupled with sheer indefatigability makes me a feared opponent in any realm of humanity, which is my saying. It's a saying from my father. But it's basically saying unmatched perspicacity, so the ability to always pay attention. Perspicacity is perception. So unmatched. I'm always paying attention to everything all the time. And sheer indefatigability. I don't become tired. Makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. So a man who always pays attention and never gives up is a feared opponent, no matter what you're fighting against him. And then it says, I specialize in the following. Wars fought, assassinations plotted, revolutions started, uprisings quelled, smuggling, passport allocation, ventriloquist, decentralized finance, blockchain analysis, whiskey merchant, tiger taming. It goes on and on and on. If you come to me with $1 billion and say put a rocket on Mars, I'll try.
Yeah.
Pay me. Okay. Maybe I'll call Elon and give him $900 million to do it. Maybe I'm just a middleman. But I'm the guy you can come to for anything. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
No matter what you want done, I'll get it done. I know a guy who knows a guy. And I think that kind of shows my point overall. If I had to start again, I'd do the same thing. I'd meet people who are extremely competent and extremely good at what they do. You'll often find in life there are people who are best at what they do aren't good at the marketing and sales side of things. There are so many fantastic singers or fucking painters or whatever. They're amazing and they don't make any money. They're crap at the marketing, the sales, the whole famous of it. Yeah. I'd do that. It doesn't matter if I find a singer and say, look, I'm going to get you bookings. I want this percent. I'm going to get you the best bookings. Bang. I'm going to put together a promo video to that. I'm going to use my camera guy. Boom. I'm going to make this excellent. And we're going to get some personality involved. And you're going to go up to some random girl on the street and you're going to sing. This is all off the top of my head. You go up to some random girl on the street and you're going to busk and you're going to sing to her. And we're going to do it over and over again, even though a bunch of them will call you weirdos, to get one who looks like she falls in love right there on the spot. And that's going to go viral on TikTok. And we're going to put that on your Instagram account. And your Instagram account's going to start getting followers. And when you start getting DMs in the Instagram account, I'm going to reply to them. And I'm going to book all the bookings. I'm going to get X amount percent. But it's all the bullshit. Boom. Okay, now I got a singer out there working. I got a photographer out there working. I got a painter. She's out there painting shit. Bang, 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 bang. It's just a game. And that's how you get rich.
I think you do well. Would you be down for it? A challenge? Who can make the...
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think that's very much true. A lot of people, and that's natural for you to be very good in a certain thing and not good at all in other things. That's why not so many there are a lot of YouTubers. They have millions and millions of subscribers, and then their products are just horrible.
Oh, you mean when they gain popularity and then they want to sell something, like launch their own brand?
Yeah, like sell coffee, or they trying to sell, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's because I don't think they participate even in the creation of the product, right? Like they probably partner up with some company that does that. They hire a person that develops all of that, and then they utilize their brand name to increase the sales, right?
Yeah, so that's what he's talking about. So if you would have be able to come in and you would be actually good at making those products for those influencers, then I think there's a lot of opportunity there.
Yeah. But he's mostly talking about sales and marketing, and I definitely agree with him because not a lot of people, or not everyone has those skills, right? And the skill set of sales, and just like you got to be mostly an extrovert naturally. You have to know how to talk to people. You got to be charismatic, and I think nowadays it's not even that necessary, because if you sell through social media, right, like you don't need to talk, right? Or you can just post, and then
you really need to be able to talk, and that takes a lot of time. And have to be able to convene your ideas.
Oh yeah, articulate your idea as well. But I'm not. I'm saying like, it's still easier to do it like, let's say, via text nowadays. Like you don't have to be on the phone. You don't have to like cold call necessarily. You can just again use social media to and then text them. And if you like because like introverts, they might not be good necessarily at speaking, but they're pretty good at writing.
I think it's still a separate job. Like no matter how many times I try to pick up Twitter, I cannot do it. I'm like, oh, what do I write? And even if I try to write anything, I'm like, that doesn't
sound like
right.
yeah.
So it's still a separate skill set. It's you have to know how to write and what to write and who to tag and like even Twitter is like the whole world. Like I'm not even saying about Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that. So there is a lot of.
But imagine that, like you can still learn it. I guess you wouldn't have as much anxiety, let's say, as if you had to talk to like hundreds of people, call everyone, and like get frustrated when people like hang up phone on you or say some bad things to you or something like that. Like still nowadays, I think it's because we can utilize technology. It's easier.
Like for this point is you probably won't have to, if you're already a YouTuber, you probably have that figured out, right? But then you still have to call like somebody who's gonna make stuff for you, who's gonna ship it for you. You gotta manage the team and stuff. So still, you can't avoid like cold calling, human interaction, all that.
Yeah. Like you still have to do it. And I think everyone has to try to increase those skills. At least if it's not your natural strength, then you're probably not gonna become like the best in the world in it. But if you could bring up your skills to like an average level or slightly above average level, that's still going to be sufficient. Mm-hmm. And then if you want to sell more and increase the marketing, and you'll need to hire a person that is really good at it.
Let's finish the video.
The first 10 grand from scratch, G.
I can't walk the streets anymore, G.
Yeah, but mate, we can get a mask.
Bro, I can't
design a mask.
When I walk the streets, I have to have full security teams or the strap.
If I can find a way to completely disguise you.
Bro, I don't know. I'm top G. They know me, bro.
Your accent would give it away.
London's a bit of a weird one for me because London's not safe anymore, one. And two, like when I'm in Romania, I'm armed and I have a full security detail and blah, blah, blah. And when I'm in London, it's unusual because people recognize me and they want to. Some of them want to be friendly, but when I see full-grown people like running up to me or coming up to me, I don't. I've had a hard life, right? I don't like when 3 full-grown men go, "Hey, Tate." I'm like, "Oh, for
Why did he do this video? Samuel, like, why is he walking in underwear?
I haven't seen this one, but I guess he was trying to start from scratch. I guess. I don't know.
Shit.
Yeah, gotta get the YouTube game up and up and up.
Yeah,
it never stops. So
it is actually interesting to see this. Like, I haven't watched this one, but I kind of like the idea of people who are already wealthy. The idea of like them trying to recreate that from scratch, because let's say how many wealthy people that could start all over again, and you can say with like a 90% guarantee that yes, they're gonna replicate their success. Mm-hmm. There isn't that many people that can do that. I think so. Well, it depends. Of course, it depends on how you made your wealth. There is a lot of with investors. Maybe I'm referring to, let's say, venture capital. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of luck involved as well. Mm. So depending on what you bet on, some investors just get lucky and like they, invested and made like 1,000x return on their investment. Mm-hmm. Can you really replicate that? Probably not. Like you gotta have a skill set that can bring you to that point. This is number one type of people that I think may not recreate what they already have or the success they already have. Another one would be people who inherit wealth. If you never build your wealth from scratch and like you inherit it from your family, Like if you just can't start from scratch because you've never been there.
Yeah, maybe that's fair. I think you learn a lot of skills when you're coming up
Definitely.
from scratch. So even in venture capital, I'd say you probably know how to raise money. You probably know how to source leads. You probably know how to set up the process and stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff that's you're just gonna know, and at least you could like consult somebody on how to do it.
Yeah, you could make some of money or like pretty good return, but with some investments,
I'm not saying you're gonna make
the
1,000x, but you can survive and like make good money and make
but,
millions.
But can you replicate the whole like success that you've had?
I think you can. Even like, okay, you know how to raise money, you know how to structure it. Okay, maybe you failed in venture capital. You go into real estate, it's pretty much the same game, and the game is bigger, and you just
but
make
it's
it
a completely different industry. Like you can still try to learn it. Yeah,
but the basics are same.
The basics are, but the mentality is very different. Very
Well,
different. Very different mentality.
It's just, I think you can figure it out, no matter where you go. Like you could probably go into like real estate or into banking.
Yeah, but it would take me definitely some time to like learn more about the rules of the game, and like it's different assumptions, different rules, different expectations, and again different mentality.
That's fair, but
yeah,
it's probably gonna take you 10 times less than any other person starting from scratch.
Yeah. In that case, yeah.
And you already have all of the other basic stuffs. It's like,
yeah, if you compare it to a person who doesn't have any experience in like investments,
who's starting from scratch, his
yeah,
first
that's true.
raise or whatever. So, okay. I think we're done with this video. Thank you everybody for watching, and
Thank you guys.
see you in the next one. Bye bye.